Hello, friends. Eric Janis here. Just finished up a concert tour, playing concerts in prisons in the Ohio and the Cleveland area specifically. And I just want to share with you, received a note. And this man said, Eric, my soul was shattered and mended with every note. I have been arrested 37 times and I've spent my entire 20s in prison. Today, your music set me free to a degree that can't be put into words. Thank you. Your notes were not lost on me. So that's really beautiful. I'm really grateful for that. You know, there's another story that I want to share. As many of you know, I often go into death row and play in Texas, in different states as well. But Texas has a really unique setup for their death row, and so I really wanted to comment on that. I was performing, and I have to tell you, there was one time when we would perform behind bars, and the men were about 100 feet away, and they were all in their cages, so to speak. Their cages are not big. It's only about 8 feet by 10 feet. And those are their living quarters for the majority of their life. And I made enough time. There was several guys in this pod. So it's broken. There's about 190 plus guys on death row, give or take a few, in Texas at any given time. And at this time, I was playing in one pod, and I was going after, while talking in between pieces, going from man to man, high-fiving them, and there's grates, and they would stick their finger through the grates, and I would shake their finger, sort of symbolic to shaking their hand. And I left enough time, and everybody was up, and they were trying to look to get some sort of glimpse of the concert, because the concert was, about 100 feet away, and maybe they could see part of the violinist or part of the cellist. It was awesome. When I got to the last guy, he was sitting on his bed. He wasn't moving. He wasn't engaging, nothing. And I thought, okay. So just went on to play the song and then went to do everybody else one more time. The second time I got to this guy, he wasn't sitting there. He was standing up. And I didn't know what this meant until later. He was standing up, high-fiving me. He was putting his finger through the grate, and I was shaking his finger and all that good stuff. And then I had to go and play the last song. I had finished speaking and setting up the last song, and he called, come back. So I went back, and I just talked to him for a bit. I put the microphone down, talked to him personally for a bit, and then put the microphone back up and cracked a few jokes and told another story. And then I went and played the last song, and I left. And this man was sobbing. He was sobbing. Now, this young man, I don't think he was 30. I don't think he was even 30 years old. And my host said to me after the show, he said, Eric, that was very symbolic and very important. He said, and the reason, and memorable, he said, the reason is that man had tried his case a couple of years past, and he wanted to go from a death sentence to life imprisonment, and he lost. And so since he lost, all he wanted to do was die. He never talked to his brothers who were also incarcerated there. And they try to really build up each other on Death Row Texas in different sections for the purpose of trying to give each other hope. So they call it Life Row, and they do a lot of very positive things. They have, book studies and things to really enrich their lives. And he wasn't taking part of that at all. He wouldn't talk to his brothers who were incarcerated, wouldn't talk to the chaplains, wouldn't talk to the staff, wouldn't talk to his therapist, wouldn't talk to anybody. And the fact that he was up and sobbing and responding in a very human and healing and beautiful way, they felt was very, very important. So, that is beyond me. That is the purpose of the impact of going in and bringing the soloists I bring are just world class. They're just incredible. I'm so humbled that they're playing my music. And we're going in and performing, and these people are so moved, and I am so grateful and humbled and honored to perform my music. I think when every religion alive has a form of what you do for those who are sort of least, or those who are suffering the most, or those who are most vulnerable, you do for the divine. And that's worth thinking about. And that's sort of encouraged because that has great meaning. Okay, friends, all the best. I look forward to connecting again.